Hello everyone, and welcome back to Mudlet Creek Garage. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at my new to me 1997 Jeep Cherokee, and we're going to talk about what the plans are for this rig and tell you what to look for when you're going to buy one of these. There is going to be potentially a decent build series on this rig here on the channel, so if that's what you're into, like and subscribe to my channel. So let's take a look at this here Cherokee. Alright everyone, so what we're taking a look at, as we said, is a 1997 Jeep Cherokee. Things to look for when buying these things. I mean, number one, just walk up to it, look for different colored body panels. As you can see, maybe in the video it's not showing up that great, but this fender and this front fascia are obviously a different color than the rest of the Jeep. So either they're rusty, which is what I think happened, or this Jeep's been in some sort of accident. I bought it off basically the original owner. So it's got a pretty clean history. So the second thing you're going to look for after coming up to the Jeep is you're going to look for rust. So this Jeep has very typical rocker panel rust on it. That's a 20-some-year-old New York vehicle. You're going to have that. Also, take a good hard look at the unibody. So the number one place these Cherokees rust out is right here in the back. So a good indication that you're going to deal with some unibody rust back here is the fact that this quarter's basically gone out of it. And so if we take a look down under here, you can see this here is going to have to be repaired. So we're going to have to do a video on repairing the unibody on your Jeep Cherokee. So that'll probably be our next video. What happens though, the crud sits up here in this filler neck hole and it trickles down into here, and the filler neck actually goes straight through the frame. That was a great design by Jeep. So yeah, they rust out right there. So after you've gone over the unibody and looked at the actual body of the Jeep, next I like to hook my peepers on the interior here. So this Jeep is, like I said, I'm the second owner. So you can tell it's been well taken care of. You know, the seats aren't all disgusting. You know, there's a little bit of discoloration, but 20-year-old vehicle. Take a look at your boots. Like the shifter boot on this one, it's ripped, but no big deal. You know, check all your signals, lights, whole 9 yards. You know, and then you're gonna look for factory options. So certain things in these Jeeps always go missing. So like in this one, it's got the factory spare tire still in the trunk. You know, that can tell you somebody actually cared and didn't tear this thing apart and, you know, mud it, beat it. So that's a good indicator. You know, go through, pound on the trunk floor. That's going to tell you if there's any sort of rust in the trunk pan. Just do your due diligence looking over it, you know, and make sure she's fit for what you're looking for. So after we've done a good once over of the Jeep, next thing we're gonna have to look at is the powertrain options. So you should know before you go to look at a vehicle what it's got for a powertrain. So let's take a look under the power barn. So now that we got that hood open, we can see this Jeep is equipped with the legendary straight 6 4.0 Jeep engine. This engine's been used by Jeep for many, many years. You can take a look around, you can see that all of the factory decals are in great shape. Even still has a little fan shroud that's always missing off Jeeps. You know, check your clutch fan, make sure that spins tough, because that means your fan clutch is still viscous. Take a look at your look for any leaks. You know, this one looks like it's a pretty good valve cover leak. That's pretty common for a 4.0. Go around, tighten them all. You can tell it's been cared for. It's got a newer battery. You know, all the radiator hoses look to be replaced. So after we've taken a look at the engine and heard how it runs, whole 9 yards, we're going to take a look at what we have for a transmission. So this Jeep is equipped with a 5-speed standard transmission. It's got the AX15. You're gonna take it for a test drive. You're gonna shift through all the gears. Make sure the transmission synchros seem good. Also, you're going to want to feel your clutch. Your clutch should grab about an inch up from the floor. If it starts to grab right near the top here, it's a good indicator that you're going to need to buy a clutch here in the next coming year or so. So now that we got our options figured out and got the condition of the vehicle all squared away, we're going to take a look at negotiating points. So I'm going to be honest, I bought this Jeep for $2,500, a little more than I wanted to spend on a beater to keep my truck out of the salt, but this Jeep seems to be pretty solid, has every option I wanted. So now we're going to talk about the negotiating points. So you got to look at things like tires, you know, look at things like, are all the bulbs working? You know, so if this needs frame repair, you know, do you have the ability to do that yourself? You know, this Jeep, I paid $2,500 because the interior is extremely clean. Other than the valve cover leak, the motor is extremely clean. All the little doodads from the factory that always get removed are still in place. And also it's got brand new tires, Falcon Wild Peak AT3s. And then it has a decent set of aluminum wheels. Could use some new center caps because they're getting a little rusty, but for a winter beater, we're not going to worry about that, at least for now. So yeah, guys, that's what we have. All right, everyone, so now that we went over the Jeep, we're going to go over what are the plans for this thing. So my plans for this, as I stated a little bit earlier, is I wanted something to drive to keep my Dodge out of the salt, because I got to do rocker panels and put a brand new Texas bed, all that stuff on it. So as with me, I can't keep anything stock. So what I plan to do with this here rig is I want to do a 3-inch lift just so it better fits these 30-inch tires. You know, maybe at some point when these wear out, we'll go to 31s, 32s, but that's a ways down the road. I want to do some DIY bumper kits so we can put a winch on this thing and get her set up for a little bit of trail riding. Want to do a locker at least in the rear, potentially in the front. I'll probably do an Aussie locker. And if there's anything else you guys want to see, let me know. So drop it down in the comments below and say if you want to follow the build, subscribe. If you like what you've seen, please like this video. Thank you guys for watching Mudlick Creek Garage.